Oh, hello. I was just catching up on my knowledge of fingerprints for forensic science. See, what happened was, a man named Paul Cabot was murdered the other day. We have narrowed it down to 3 suspects. The way we're going to figure out who committed the murder is with the use of fingerprints. Latent prints are fingerprints not visible to the naked eye. They are left behind on hard surfaces when there is oil, sweat, or dirt on your fingers. They become visible using magnesium powder, which is gently brushed over these fingerprints in order to illuminate them.
Okay, so now I'm going to demonstrate how to lift a latent print. So what you need is obviously your fingerprint, some magnetic powder, and a magnetic wand. So what you do is you put the magnetic wand in the powder and gently rub the powder over the fingerprint. Once you can clearly see the fingerprint, you use a piece of clear tape in order to lift the fingerprint. And then you put it on a blank piece of paper. And that is how you lift a latent print. There are 3 types of fingerprints: loops, whorls, and arches. Loops are the most common among all of the fingerprints. Okay, it says here that radical loops run more towards the thumb, while owner loops run more towards the little finger. There are 4 types of whorls. There are plain whorls, central pocket whorls, double loops, and accidental whorls. The major differences between them is the deltas, and that they are a mixture of different fingerprint patterns. Next, we're going to talk about arches. There are plain arches and tented arches. Tented arches have a significant upthrust, while plain arches do not. Now, with my friend Mike, we're going to demonstrate how to take fingerprints. First, you start with your right thumb. You roll your thumb in the ink pad, then gently roll your thumb on the piece of paper. Then you repeat this process with every single finger. State your name and occupation.
Tom Jones. I work at Ron John's, dude.
Name and occupation.
Hi, I'm Jimmy Wilson, and I work at O'Hare Record Store. Your name and occupation.
Carla Brown. I'm unemployed.
Here in front of me, we have the 3 suspects' fingerprints sheet. What we found on the murder weapon was a thumbprint and an index finger, as if it was pinching together. The 2 types of fingerprints found on the thumb and index finger were both arches. For that, we narrowed our search down to Carla Brown as the murderer, because both here we see an arch and we see another arch. While in the other suspects, we have a loop and a whorl, an arch and a loop. And for Jimmy Wilson, we have a loop and a loop, as well as an arch and a loop. That completely narrows down our search for the murderer to be Carla Brown.
Fingerprints can be very useful in court cases. Although there may not have been an eyewitness at the scene of the crime, the suspect, the scientific